At 36, her family did not want her to get married. Nelly owned 3 hair stores in Port Harcourt. She sold Brazilian hair, Peruvian hair, Vietnamese hair, closures, frontals, wigs, everything a woman needed to look beautiful. She traveled to China and Vietnam 4 times a year to buy hair directly from suppliers. Her father died when she was 12, and her mother could barely feed 4 children on what she made, selling provisions at the market. Nelly was the oldest, so she started helping by frying puff-puff after school and braiding hair on weekends. When she finished secondary school, there was no money for university. Nelly became an apprentice at a salon, and after 3 years she started doing hair from home until she saved enough to open her own shop. By 25 she had 1 shop, by 28 she had 2, by 30 she had 3, and was traveling abroad to buy inventory. She was making very good money, enough to take care of everyone. Nelly lived with her mother and her younger brother Kenneth in a house she bought when she was 32. It was a nice house with 4 bedrooms in a quiet neighborhood. She paid for everything: the electricity, the water, the food, everything. Her younger sisters, Patience and Gloria, were married with children. Patience had 3 children in 4 years. Gloria had 3 as well. Nelly became the aunt who paid school fees and bought clothes and gave money for birthdays. She gave Kenneth money for his welding business whenever he needed it. She never said no when her family needed something. Men approached her often. Some wanted her money, and she could tell immediately, but there were genuine men too. Men who had their own jobs and their own plans. The first serious one was David. He worked at a bank and was quiet and respectful. They dated for 6 months. When she brought him home to meet her family, her mother barely looked at him. David had brought gifts. Her mother accepted them without saying thank you. She left them by the door and walked into her room. Kenneth came out to greet them, but her mother called him back inside. David sat in the living room alone with Nelly for 30 minutes. The silence was thick. David left feeling unwelcome. 2 weeks later, he ended the relationship. Nelly was hurt, but she moved on. Then came Michael. Michael owned a transport company with several buses. She invited him for Sunday lunch. Kenneth was there, and the moment Michael sat down, Kenneth started asking questions. How many buses did Michael own? How much profit did he make monthly? Could Michael help transport equipment at a discount? The questions kept coming. After lunch, Kenneth told Nelly that Michael only cared about money. Michael stopped calling after that visit. Then there was Emmanuel. He was a civil engineer. After 5 months, he wanted to marry Nelly. Patience took his number and texted him with an unknown number. The messages said Nelly had terrible debt, that she borrowed money from dangerous people, that she was not as successful as she appeared. Emmanuel grew confused and distant. The relationship died slowly. Patience came to comfort Nelly when she cried. She said Emmanuel was not the right man. She said the right one would come. The pattern continued. Gloria told one man named Chidi that Nelly was still seeing her ex-boyfriend. She created detailed stories about an ex who did not exist. Chidi could not deal with the drama. Her mother was cold to another man named Femi. She served him food without water and said there was none in the house. Femi never called again. Each time Nelly confronted her family, they acted innocent. They said they were protecting her from bad men. They made her doubt herself. Maybe her family knew better. But deep down, something else was happening.